On this feast of St. Clare of Assisi, the Gospel invites us to reflect on the identity of Jesus, the nature of discipleship, and the mysterious interplay between the human and divine authority. This is Jesus' second prediction of his suffering and death. The disciples were greatly distressed. The confusion reveals a fundamental struggle in the disciples' understanding of the Messiah. They expected the triumphant political king who would overthrow the Roman oppressors. Jesus' announcement shattered their expectations. For us, this is an invitation to examine our expectations of Jesus. For our Lord's prediction reminds us that his path of glory is not one of worldly power, but one of self-giving love, culminating in the cross. The resurrection is promised, but it comes only after the passion. Discipleship is therefore not a guarantee for an easy life, but a call to follow the suffering servant and to find our own resurrection through our participation in his cross. When asked to pay the temple tax, Jesus insists of his divine privilege, but asked Peter to pay the tax so as not to give offense. Our Lord teaches us a lesson in humility by respecting the sensibilities of others. The miracle of the coin in the fish's mouth is a beautiful affirmation of God's providence. It is a proof that God will always provide for his own, not necessarily through conventional means, but in ways that are tailored to the need. It's a miracle of both divine knowledge and divine provision. The gospel invites us to ponder our own understanding of the cross, to embrace the reality that following Jesus means readiness to endure suffering and distress. The passage invites us to recognize Jesus' authority while also learning from his example of humility and respect for others. Finally, let us ask God to grant us the faith to believe that he will always provide for us, even in the most unexpected and miraculous ways. Ultimately, the gospel tells us to a deeper discipleship, one that is rooted both in glory and the humble daily reality of living a life of faith.